Hello viewers, this is Say-La-Vee, and today we are back with our All the Mod 6 Let's Play series, episode 30. Wow, that's a big number. Alright, so I said last episode that I wanted to get into some Gaia Guardian stuff and progress a little further in the Britannia world. However, I've been looking around and I've done some things between episodes. If you can't tell, I put this roof on the base just because I figured a little bit more structure would look nice, and I really like it. I think it's not bad at all. So that is what the base is looking like at the moment. Another thing that I want to cover are over here. So I've replaced one of these spawners with pillagers. So instead of spawning only villagers, we're spawning pillagers as well. They produce emeralds a little bit faster. We are currently at 2 out of 9 quadruple compressed. So we are slowly making our way. I have created an Ars book from Ars Nouveau and was playing around with that so we can get working on some other mods. But basically, for quests in Ars, I completed these two to make the Novice and the Mage's book. I also made Mage's Clay for the first time, and I've made us Glyph of Underfoot, Glyph of Harm, Glyph of Conjure, Glyph of Mage Light, and Mage Block, I guess, and Amplify. And this is basically so when I'm flying, I can just conjure up a block and then build a platform if we need to. Outside of that, it doesn't seem to have much use, considering that we have a vibranium sword that does 110 damage every time we hit something with it. So I really can't see any need to, use the book at the moment. But anyway, I've gone into the Nether and I've added us a pump. So we are creating infinite lava, I think. I know that in some mod packs, these pumps can be made infinite. I'm hoping that's how ours works. Where is our pump? Uh-oh. I made the pump on my laptop. Right there. Found it. Okay, let's make a pump. So anyway, this is a create hose pulley that with a crank, we just cranked down to the floor of the lava. And from what I've heard, as long as there's 10,000 blocks touching each other, which I think there is, as long as there's 10,000 blocks, it will be infinite. But it also kind of looks like it is actually consuming the lava here, so maybe it's not infinite, but whether it is or is not, it's still a lot of lava, and we're not going to have to worry about this for a while. But I needed to do this because if we didn't do it, we were going to not be able to continue with our villagers. What is it called? The smeltery was running out of fuel because I'm out of obsidian. And we were using obsidian and cobblestone to actually create lava. Well, that's not the case anymore. We are just pumping it out of the giant lava lake in the Nether. And it is going into an ender tank. I think it's assigned to orange, red, orange. And then that's just inputting into the system. So yeah, so this is going well. We're 2/9 of the way there on the emeralds, which is great. We've also got an emerald B, which I made 2 of them, thinking that I could put 2 over here, but unfortunately I could not. So we now have an emerald B outputting 8 emerald honeycombs, each with a 50% chance of creating emerald ore. And then I have the emerald ore going into a really high priority drawer. And then we're extracting from the system in an export bus flint and emerald ore. So we don't need these in here anymore. But we are inputting emerald ore, and that is always being pumped into this chest and then always being imported back into the AE system. So we've got 120, and we are also producing some more over here. The weight section on our little board of things to cover is just because as I was playing a new mod pack on the like tower computer, I had my laptop open just running in the background, so I could be working on generating emeralds and things while I was doing other stuff. But yeah, so that's basically all I have to cover for things that I did between episodes. I'm also worried that I think this isn't producing while I'm over here for some reason, considering that I have a chunk loader over here. Yeah, because we're only at 3 blocks, whereas in the time that I've spent, it would be at like 20 by now. So I think there's something wrong with our chunks. I am probably just going to force claim those, though. So hopefully that'll work. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I think the base is looking good. And we are not doing the Gaia stuff today. I realized, just kind of like existential crisis almost, that we have a lot of creative items to get through, and the Gaia Guardian isn't one of those at the moment. So the thing that I want to start today is not the improbability device. That's going to take a while, obviously, because we need polonium. And again, we've seen what this is going to entail. So not only do we need one of those, but we need 3 of them. We don't have a nuclear reactor set up, and we won't for a while. We're going to have to get into Draconic Evolution here eventually, which these chaos fragments, the tiny ones, come from bees. So I'm going to have to do bees again. Not super excited about that. Chaotic bee uses bee flowers. Okay, so it flowers off of the fusion injector, but then you need them to craft this injector. So there's a portion of crafting here that I'm not understanding. And instead of worrying about that before I do anything else over here, we're obviously waiting for the dimensional seed to come along because we are just waiting for emeralds. I'm not super worried about the other resources, though it is setting in that we're going to have to do something about that soon. Probably more mystical agriculture with skeleton farms. I might be able to go to a void dimension or something, or the mining dimension, and just set up a big farm, is what I'm hoping, at least. But I would like to do the Nexium emitter, because I realized that this is actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, because we need a compressed block of netherite, which means that we need 81 blocks of netherite. So let's go down here. Let's make this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. And if we put these in here, like so, and we can go to netherite, and we should... Okay, never mind. We need a lot more netherite than I thought we did. I guess I thought we had a lot more. I might have used a lot of it. Alright, so let's not do it physically, because that takes forever. Let's go turn on this. I updated this at some point. I can't remember when. I don't think I highlighted it in a video. But instead of just pulling from the module, like the drawer controller, it's just pulling from the individual drawers, which seems to be working a lot better. But yeah, so this is just going to constantly run in the background and create us more netherite. So we're, what, halfway there? Not even. Got a lot more netherite to go. Perhaps We have a netherite B over here. I wonder if we should turn him back on. I can't remember what that does, though. I think it creates scrap. Let's go netherite B. Block to item mutations. Apiary. Uses of this in the centrifuge. Okay, yeah, so this makes nether scrap. We don't really want netherite scrap. We want netherite ingots. Yeah, that's why we've got 50 scrap in there. Okay. Yeah, we don't want scrap. We want the ingots. So maybe what we do is we bring some netherite over here, and instead of generating emeralds over here, we generate netherite. Maybe that's an idea. We're gonna have to make another drawer, which is fine. Put this all away. Okay, I'm gonna go make another drawer, and I'm gonna swap that over to netherite, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have done it. I have swapped these over to netherite. The netherite seeds are being placed here along with the essence. The essence is being exported along with everything else into here. It is then being compressed into ingots, and then the ingots are being imported back into the system through this import bus and going into this compacting drawer. So we will be creating more netherite passively over here. Hopefully everything is going well. Let's just double check, make sure that the loading the chunks over here worked. I don't know why it wasn't. It's only at 4, but something tells me that that should be higher. I guess I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So let's do that. Let's go to netherite. Craft one of these. So we're not halfway there yet, but we're closer than we were before. Okay, so we know that we need that. The quantum entangled. Create a singularity and an ender pearl. So we need a pearl, we need TNT. We need a pearl. And then we have, in case you forgot, far too many singularities over here. I can't remember if that's creating more or not. But if it isn't, we've got 63 singularities in the system. We were blowing things up over here, I remember. So let's go over on top of this tree that doesn't matter. Drop the 2 of those. Grab flint and steel. And there is our singularity. So now we have one of those in the system ready to go. Okay. Quantum entangled singularity. Quantum entangled singularity. Okay, perfect. So it's just not showing in the system. We need 2 platinum blocks. That's no big deal. We need a wireless crafting grid, which if we go to terminal, should be able to craft one of these, no problem. Flux pearl. Okay, so let me get the stuff together to finish up this and the dense energy cell, and I will be back. So I forgot to hit play, but we have the dense energy cell, and I also forgot that we've made almost everything in AE2 auto-craftable. So we can just craft a couple of these, and the pearl, if we go back, craft some of this. And there we go. All set. And bam. We now have a wireless terminal. And we completed that quest. So we've got that knocked out. Now, these are nitros. So we haven't done anything with the Powah mod. But we do know that we need nitros. So, which includes nitro capacitors. 20 million FE. Which, speaking of FE, in case you wanted to know, I upgraded our battery storage. We've got 204 million FE just on standby. But we're gonna need an energizing table by the looks of it. Okay, so nitro and spirited, Nicotic, blazing, hardened, basics, starter. So we've got a long ways to go. Let me make all the recipes for this and we'll see what we need. All right, viewers, so we're back here. I have created all of the recipes that we need for the starter ability, or the starter one, and we need an aerial pearl. So I was able to craft one of those. That's no big deal. Now, in order to use this, to make the player aerial pearl, we need to use it on a zombie or a husk. Sorry, I've got the hiccups here. Alright, so let's go find ourselves a zombie. Guess we're gonna have to wait for the sun to go down. But I'm gonna go stand over here where my little mage light is. Wait for some zombies to spawn, and I'll bring you back when we convert it. Alright, we have a boop victim here. Boop. And now we've got a player pearl. All right, perfect. So we can make one of these starter ones now. So let's make that real quick. Craft one. It's missing that, and it's also missing the basic capacitor. So we need to craft one of these. And then one of those turns into two tinies. We can put that pearl away. And all right, the player transmitter is all good to go. And that was filling with FE. So that holds 100,000 FE. And I think there's something weird you got to do to set up the player connection, but we're not worried about that right now. We're also not worried about the power that was in there. So I'm going to go through, make the recipes for everything else. We'll do a quick overview of what we're going to need for resources to finish this off, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so we are back briefly as I show you something real quick. So I've got in here the recipes for some more for the next two, the basic and the blazing, which I guess I skipped over making a pattern for the hardened. So let's do that. Okay. Move those accordingly. Okay. So in order to make these hardened capacitors, we are going to need energized steel. So let's take a peek at that real quick. Energized steel comes from energizing through the Powah mod, which means that we need energizing orbs and energizing rods. I don't know how any of this works. Not gonna lie to you there. So let's see if there is a book that will teach us. Powah does have a book. Generators, storage and transfer. Oh yeah, because these have enter gates too. We can transfer things. Aha, so if we didn't have the FluxNetworks, we could use these. Now, energizing, how does this work? So we need to place the energizing rods on power and then power the things inside the crystals. Energizing orbs, a block used to energize items. At least one energizing rod in the range of 9 by 9. Orb does not require energy, but the rods must be placed. And placing the orb in range will automatically link to each other. Also, you can use a wrench with link mode to relink them. Okay. So let's craft ourselves. Let's go here to Powah. Need an energizing orb. Okay, so we need one of these. So if we go up here and go to Powah, need one of those. We need 3 of those. And then we need glass. Glass. We don't have any glass. Okay. Well, bam. Energizing orb. Perfect. Okay. So let's go. We're going to set it up over here on this platform as well. Let's get this here. And then I want to set up some cables. Need a flux point. Of course. Flux point. We need energy cables, but it looks like we don't have any. Let's run over here real quick, see if we have any hanging out in the system. Cable. Nope, it's a pipe. It's gonna make 32 of them. Perfect. All right, so let's make a wall of pipes real quick. Something like that. Make that extract. Okay, those should extract just fine. Oh, I totally did have energy pipes. I'm such a derp. Okay, we're going to put the ultimate upgrade in here so we can transfer all the power we would ever need. And now we're going to need some rods. So let's see if we can't make those. And I think we're going to need them for the emitter anyway. Nexium emitter. Yeah, energizing rod. So we're going to need these anyway. So let's just try and make a couple here. We go back up here to Powah. Craft one of those. Nope, we need to be over here. This one right here. And we need one of those. So craft another. Okay. Energizing rod. Need another of those. And then it was iron and gold. Iron. Gold. Let's see what we get out of this. So let's place. Gosh dang it. Turn off my wireless charging. Can it only be placed on their cable? I guess that's a good question. That's a reactor. I need the cable. Energy cable. Oh boy. I swear. Energy cable. At Powah. Make 12 of those. Might as well just do that. Okay, so there's 12 cables. And they're of course going to limit how quickly we can transfer this stuff. Okay. Yep, has to be. Alright, let's see how this works. Hey, it's working. And it gives us a little percentage down there. That's adorable. Okay, so it's not the fastest process, and we can upgrade those cables to make it even faster. But it's working. All right. Well, now that we've seen this process, I'm going to upgrade this system a little bit more, and then I will bring you guys back once I've got some more recipes made up. All right, so we're back here. We have the recipes of all of the nitro, up to the nitro rod. Wow, couldn't find that word. And the transmitter. So if we go ahead here and make ourselves a rod, go down to the bottom, we should be able to craft ourselves 4 basic. We're missing, it says we're missing smoky quartz, but it should have substitutions enabled. You know what? We can just do this. That's so unfortunate. All right. I think all of these say smoky quartz. Let me fix that. All right, let's try this again. Let's make 4 of these. We don't have a recipe in the system for a block of quartz. Oh boy, 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 boy. You're gonna be so happy when this finally decides to work. Hey, look at that. We've got 4 basic rods now. Okay, and these are definitely charging up in our inventory, but that's fine. Okay, so now we need some more energized steel. So let's see how much faster this goes now that we've got that all taken care of. So we are going to need some gold and some iron. And this recipe does make 2. So this is definitely going to be too much. Oh, look at that. So much faster. Perfect. All right, let me do this, and I'll see if we can't get these made today. All right, so when it comes to the crafting process, I've upgraded this to have some more basic nodes on there with some more basic cabling running everything around. We still have that one starter one in the middle, but it's a pretty gnarly looking spiderweb setup that I got going on here. I'll probably upgrade these to something a little bit higher eventually, but as of right now, I'm not too worried about the speed. I'm willing to sit here and wait, especially considering that that means that our emeralds are running over here, hopefully. Let's hope that we have more than 10 blocks in here, because that's what we should have. 12 is not a lot for how long I've sat there before, so there might be an issue with that system over there. We'll have to figure it out. But again, I'm just still sitting here crafting. Do we want to... I'm going to think about ending the episode. I'm going to look through Powah real quick. Look through and see if there's anything else in this Nexium emitter that we can accomplish today. And if not, then I'll come back and we'll end the episode. Okay, so I added some hardened nodes up top there. And I also noticed you can walk through these cables. I've never seen a mod introduce cables that you can just walk through. So that's pretty cool. But now that we have 8 of these, we have all the materials we need to make the Noyotic. Noyotic. Sounds like I'm Australian. So if we were to craft one of these, okay, so we're missing 4 blazing crystals because we have to build the... I meant one of these. I meant the Noyotic of this. Yeah, there we go. Boom. So we have 1 of these now, which is awesome and fun and good to hear. So we've got 2 more levels above this one to make. And then between episodes here, I might go through everything that I need to do to get up to the nitros. And then all we'll be waiting for is the compressed block of netherite. So guys, if you enjoyed the episode, leave a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. If there's anything you want to say to me or the other people of YouTube, you can do that down in the comment section below. But I hope you have a good night or a good morning or a good evening or good afternoon or whatever it is for you. I just hope you have a good day. This has been Say-La-Vee, and bye-bye.